Let's just watch, and I'll explain.
Breaking moments ago, a verdict in the trial of an anti-abortion activist facing more than a decade in prison after a confrontation outside a clinic. Mark Meredith is live in Washington with more on the breaking details. Mark.
Trace, good afternoon to you. Well, moments ago, we heard from the legal team representing Mark Houck, who, as you mentioned, is the pro-life activist who was facing federal charges of violating something known as the Federal FACE Act, or the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances. This is video from last week as he was arriving at a Philadelphia courthouse at the start of his trial. And as we talked about moments ago, his legal team told Fox News that they were thrilled with the outcome upon learning that he had been acquitted of both charges. He was potentially facing up to 11 years behind.
What do you expect? We should be happy. We should rejoice over the fact that this guy was acquitted. Acquitted of what? Acquitted of being a righteous man. Folks, this is a father who is married with 7 children. And Merrick Garland, one of the biggest scumbags alive, sends 30 FBI agents to go arrest this guy. Why? Because he was sitting in front of Planned Parenthood praying for these women, standing up for righteousness, defending babies' lives. Why aren't people getting mad? And you know what? I know there are going to be people that are watching me and going, wow, James, you're getting a little extreme. You're loud. You're this, you're that. Yeah, you should get loud too. Let me make myself clear. When the Nazis destroyed millions of Jewish lives, it was because the church shut their mouths. It was because they didn't speak up. Babies are getting murdered by the millions. Over 1.5 million a year, and nobody seems to want to be saying anything, at least in the mainstream church. And how about the fact that when men like this lose their liberties, we're not kicking and screaming about it, and quite frankly, folks, nobody is rejoicing. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm gloating over this situation. Praise God for this man's acquittal. And I think, personally, that Merrick Garland ought to get his rear sued. I think he needs to get dragged into court for this miscarriage of justice. When are we going to stand up for righteousness, people? This is crazy. I think enough is enough. We need to do the right thing. Why can't we learn from history? Why won't the church speak up? Why won't the church be bold? Enough is enough, folks. It's time to get on this thing. It is time to take a stand for righteousness. We cannot allow this totalitarianism to continue to affect the lives of godly people who are seeking to make a difference. It's crazy. That's all.